Jote Taddessa. Jote, will you coming up? Let's give a round of applause for Jote Taddessa, who is going to container captain, who's going to tell us a little bit about what this means and how it impacts what happens for Books for Africa.
Right.
And after you hear from him, I can't help but imagine we'll get those hands up and nothing flat.
Thank you. Thank you, Jote. Here.
Thank you. Good evening. Well, I almost got forgotten, but I'm happy to be here. Let me just enjoy this view for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests and honorary guests, welcome to the 25th anniversary for Books for Africa. And I want to say congratulations to Books for Africa for this incredible but yet compelling 25 years of journey. Please, one more round for Books for Africa. So I was told that I have only 4 minutes, and as you can see, I had not write any speech, so I'll be very brief with my message. I have known about Books for Africa for 3 years, and recently I've had the pleasure to be the container captain, as well as the ambassador circle member. And I've known about the mission, which is to end the book famine in Africa. But I don't really understand fully what that meant until I traveled to my home country in 2011. I was born and raised in East Africa, in the Oromia region of Ethiopia. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jote Taddessa. And I took my family and I traveled the countryside and I went to the villages and the cities where my parents, my grandparents, and my ancestors came from. And I actually went to visit the very elementary school where my mom and my dad went to. And I also visited this library in a town of Najo, a small town in the western Oromia region, where there was a library which is being built and has been sitting empty for 2 years. And it was being used as living quarters for students. It's literally empty, so students would rent corners of the library to spend the night in. I spent time talking with kids, parents, community elders, teachers, just to get a perspective about what education meant to them and their point of view on literacy. And that's when I come to realize what that meaning meant, ending the book famine in Africa, because I saw it. I saw kids who were growing without ever seeing printed material. Can you imagine that? And I came back with my family, and that's when I knew Books for Africa can help. I've had the pleasure to work with incredibly committed, passionate group of people to send the books that are needed so that the library in Najo town can start to service the community. So I'm happy to report to you that the container that holds those books and computers have been delivered a few weeks ago, and the Najo Public Library is in preparation to be opened up to serve the community. And the children of Najo send a message to Books for Africa, and they say to you, Galatoma, meaning thank you. I was speaking with somebody last night about this event and telling them how I'm excited about, and they told me an old saying in our culture, and it goes like this: Bekumsi bishan mini lagan warabani. In rough translation, knowledge is not a water that you can go fetch from the river. It requires dedication, commitment, and sacrifices. So as you consider to extend your generosity, your financial contribution tonight, I really want you to think very deeply. I would urge you to think about it very seriously, because you would be helping to plant seeds across the continent of Africa Seeds that will someday grow to end the book famine in Africa. Seeds that will grow to bear the fruits of knowledge and learning, from which thousands and millions of African children will nourish from for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jote Taddessa. Thank you, brother.